to another Red Scare Redemption trophy video guide walkthrough. Today we are going to be talking about EA's 2023 remake of Dead Space. Originally came out in 2008, I think. This is actually my first time playing the game. I never played the original, so I went into this fresh. Had a friend who was like, trying to get me to play this for a long time. He wanted me to play the original one, and then thankfully when they announced the remake, I was like, cool, I'll just wait for that. It was great. We'll get into it, but first, let's dive right into the trophy guide. First thing you're going to do is you're just going to immediately play the game just as normal. Like we always say, you don't want to... I personally don't think you should be going after trophies on your first playthrough unless there are things that are like significantly missable. With a game like this where you're going to have to replay it anyways, you might as well just have your first playthrough be a genuine one. Do as much as you can, as much as you want. Have a good time with it. So, to get started, the first trophy that we got was Marksman, Dismember 50 Limbs. You'll get this one. If you manage to beat the whole game without getting this one, that would be insane, because that's exactly how you have to kill all the enemies, is by cutting off their limbs. That's what all the notes say everywhere you look in the game. So, Marksman, Dismember 50 Limbs. Then we got Welcome Aboard, complete Chapter 1 on any difficulty. After that, once you beat Chapter 2, you'll unlock Lab Rat. Once again, once you beat Chapter 3, you'll unlock All Systems Go. Kill a Brute. When you kill your first Brute that you encounter, you'll unlock the trophy Brute Force. The best advice I can give for these guys is to use stasis to slow them down and then try and get behind them and shoot them, which you can see I didn't do a very good job of here, but I got it done. Raise the stakes. When you dismember their claw, like the big sharp claw, and you shoot it back using kinesis or whatever, and it pins them to a wall, that's how you get this trophy, Raise the Stakes. Wishbone, rip off a dangling limb using kinesis. Now this one's a little funky. I've heard this trophy is kind of weird. There's a way at a specific point in the story where you can use kinesis to pull on like some clothes that are hanging or something, and that'll unlock the trophy. Once we beat Chapter 4, we unlocked Cannon Fodder. Once you kill 30 enemies with the pulse rifle, you'll unlock Auto Fire. Once you've used stasis on 50 enemies, you'll unlock Freeze. Once you collect your first 75 audio logs, you'll unlock Storyteller. After you beat Chapter 5, you'll unlock True Believer. Once you unlock every gun in the game, you'll unlock Full Arsenal. Every gun includes Plasma Cutter, Stasis Module, Kinesis Module, Pulse Rifle, Ripper, Flamethrower, Contact Beam, Line Gun, and finally, the Force Gun. Once you dismember 500 limbs, same thing as the very first trophy we got, you'll unlock Surgeon. After your first encounter with the Leviathan and you kill it, you'll unlock Exterminator. Once you beat Chapter 6, you'll unlock Greenhouse Effect. Completing Chapter 7 will unlock SOS. Killing 30 enemies with the Line Gun will unlock you Eviscerator. Killing 30 enemies with the Ripper will unlock A Cut Above. Once you kill the Leviathan Remnant, you'll unlock Get Off My Ship. Beating Chapter 8 will unlock Strange Transmissions. Backbreaker will unlock after you've killed 10 enemies with a stomp attack. It has to be the final blow, basically. This one I got completely by accident. Survive the shooting gallery, front toward enemy. Basically, when you go into this room and shit starts going on, you just gotta kill every enemy until the shooting gallery stops, and then it'll unlock. Once you beat Chapter 9, you'll unlock Wreckage. You'll unlock Pack Rat after you place 25 items in storage. Final Regeneration will unlock once you've discovered the Hunter's Origins. This is one of the side quest trophies. Full Clearance will unlock once you've created the Master Security Override. This is also side quest related. Z-Baller will unlock when you complete level 6 in 0G Basketball. I think it's in Chapter 10. There's a room that you can go into in like a break room, and there's like a little mini game you can play. Actually gets pretty difficult, but once you've beaten all 6 levels of that minigame, you'll unlock this trophy. Kill 30 enemies with the Flamethrower will unlock you Live with the Hot Ones. Whole Again unlocks once you complete a side quest where you're pursuing Nicole's investigation materials and stuff like that. That'll unlock. Legend Teller unlocks when you've collected 150 logs.
When you signed your lives away to the church? Does this...
Completing Chapter 10 will unlock Keeper of the Faith. Full Contact will unlock after you've killed 30 enemies with the Contact Beam. There's Always Pang will unlock after you find the Pang treasure. It's in Chapter 11 before you do one of the boss fights where you're running around shooting the tentacles. Right when you come down the lift, it's right behind you, behind some boxes. Just use Kinesis and move them and you'll find the treasure. Pusher unlocks after you've killed 30 enemies with the Force Gun. After you've installed every weapon upgrade, you'll unlock Built to Order. Merchant will unlock after you've collected all schematics in the game. Once you beat Chapter 11, you'll unlock Betrayed. And then, here's at the very end of the game. Once you've beaten the game, you'll unlock all 3 of these trophies. You'll unlock Mindless Prey, which you get for killing the Hive Mind. You'll unlock Exodus, which is just for completing Chapter 12, the final chapter. And finally, when you complete the game on medium difficulty or above, you'll unlock Set a Benchmark. That's it for your first playthrough. You've done it. I guess I probably should have mentioned that you should play it on medium or difficulty or above at the very beginning, but oh well. Once you've beaten the game, I would recommend, give yourself some time. You don't have to dive right back into it, but if you're feeling ready, dive right back into it. What I did on my second run was I did my impossible mode run, where impossible mode, you have to beat the game in basically 1 life, I think is what it is. I mean, there's a little bit of a workaround you can do. I kind of had to exploit it once when I had one fuck bullshit death that I think was bullshit. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was cheating. The people in the stream said I wasn't cheating, so whatever. But impossible run, you have 1 save. You can save throughout the game, but if you die, it's a permadeath situation. It's not very easy, but I thought it was a lot of fun. It adds an entire new level of challenge to the game, and it makes it a lot fucking scarier when you're actively worried about everything killing you. I actually have a video on my channel where you can watch my full Impossible Run playthrough if you want. Also, while I did the Impossible Run, I did the entire Impossible Run using the Plasma Cutter only. Now, you don't have to do this. You can do this one in a different playthrough if you want. For me, I wasn't trying to play the game 4 times, so I just combined these 2. So, once I beat the entire game again on Impossible mode and using the Platinum Cutter only, I unlocked 1 gun and Untouchable. Pat yourself on the back. That was hard. Now you've got to play the game 1 more time. Now, some people do this version. They do their New Game Plus before they do the Impossible Run. I didn't want to do it that way. That's just how I felt. So, I did my New Game Plus using my save from my first playthrough, not my Impossible Run, because my Impossible Run was Plasma Cutter only, so I hadn't been using my nodes for upgrading all the weapons, which you're going to want to use for this playthrough so that you can get the last couple trophies, which involve upgrading the weapons fully, which you can't do on 1 playthrough, I should say. So, when you're ready, load up a New Game Plus based on your first playthrough, not your Impossible Mode playthrough, and replay the entire game 1 more time. So there's some new additions, new collectibles to find this way through. First of which is marker fragments that you can get throughout. Collecting all the marker fragments will unlock you an alternative ending, but when you pick up your first marker fragment, you'll unlock the trophy Marked. After you've continued to play through the game, you'll eventually have enough nodes to upgrade all of your weapons and equipment fully, which will unlock Maxed Out. And finally, this will lead you to the very end of the game. Once you've beaten the entire game, collected all the marker fragments, you'll unlock Reunion, which is the alternative ending for the game, which in turn completes the trophy for beating the game on New Game Plus, which finally unlocks Coordinates Officer, which is the Platinum Collect All trophies. And congratulations, you've done it. You've Platinumed Dead Space, one of the best horror games of 2023. Maybe not the best. Things to come, little teaser there. But very good game. If you haven't played it, highly recommend checking it out. Shout out to Moon Scented for recommending this one to me. Thank you guys for watching this time. See you on the next one.
With gravity, go me bully boys go. Soon may the Callion come to save our souls and take us home. One